Mom's over here drooling. Mom, you want a taste test? There you go. Have a taste test. Be careful because it's going to be hot.
Oh, God, it's good.
It's hot, but it's good. Well, there you go, guys. There you have it. Chicken pot pie casserole.
And that rosemary flavor is out of this world.
Oh, absolutely. Man, that rosemary flavor, it's a home run. I'm going to steal a piece of the biscuit here. Let's see how we did. I'm going to go ahead and get the chicken prepped up first. I went ahead and drained them and rinsed them already. To prep them, all I want to do is take off that little bit of fat right here. And it's got a little knuckle right in there. I want to pop that out. And that way there, you don't get any of those hard, nasty bits. Just slide it like that. Right on. Take that right out. And come over here. We're using 3 large chicken breasts today. They got that cord right there. We're going to pop that out. Just like that. Take that one off. Now, I like to trim off any extra fat that might be on there because we don't need the extra fat. We're going to have plenty of fat when we make the gravy and everything. But, guys, what you want to do is to make this easier and quicker, take the chicken and you want to score it. So I like to do is I like to score it down this way. Don't cut all the way through. Cut about halfway down like that. So it's that way. And then turn it and just cut it like this. Scoring the chicken, what's going to happen is it's going to cook faster and it's going to make shredding the chicken so much easiar. So I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of these done and then we'll show you the next part. All right, now that you got the chicken all scored and all the prep work is done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of rosemary. This is just ground rosemary, and I just want to sprinkle them just like that. Get some ground rosemary on there. And that's another reason why you score them too, because you can get that all those little nooks and crannies. Got a pot here. Go ahead and turn the heat on. Turn it down to medium. We got some extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to put about a tablespoon. Drop that chicken right on in. Listen to that sizzle. Oh yeah. Let these cook for about 3 to 5 minutes on each side. And then we'll flip them and we're going to add some water to it. Let that side cook for a little bit. Just looking to get a little bit of color on them. Go ahead and flip them right on over. Get that side done. Let that go for another 3 or 5 minutes. But guys, I really wish you had smell-o-vision because, boy, I tell you, when you start smelling that rosemary cooking, oh, so good. Alrighty, now for the next part. I have here 1/3 cup of honey. Go ahead and get that right on in there. Now, it's just going to help break everything down and give that chicken some extra love. Just let that cook in there for a minute. I like rosemary. Rosemary is really good for you. It's one of those superfoods. All right, sprinkle a little bit more rosemary in there. Let that cook for another 2 more minutes. So this is cooked for a couple minutes with that honey in there and with that rosemary. And like I was saying, rosemary is really good because it helps with circulation, helps with memory loss, and all kinds of great benefits. And honey is great for breaking down fats and cholesterols. So definitely, I mean, we're already eating healthy right there. Just the honey and the rosemary. Okay, I have here 2 cups of regular water. Just go ahead and pour that right in. And what I'm looking to do is I'm just looking to cover the top of it. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn it down low. We're going to put a lid on it. And we're going to let this simmer until that chicken just falls apart tender. Now, also too, folks, if you do this ahead of time and you have like a crock pot or one of those electric cookers, you can go ahead and put the chicken in there, put the honey in there, put the rosemary in there, and put the water all in there together and then let that cook overnight. And then following morning, you can come out and that chicken will just be pulled apart tender. And you don't have to go through all this because this is going to take about 45 minutes to an hour to cook and break down so you can pull that chicken apart. Alrighty, everyone. Okay, so this has been boiling now on low simmer for a better part of an hour. And that chicken is nice and tender. As you can see, it's falling apart. We're going to go ahead and remove the chicken from the water, take the water out also, and we're going to use the same pot to make our gravy. You're not going to throw that water out. We're going to keep that water because we're going to use that water to make our gravy. But go ahead and we're going to add 2 more tablespoons of olive oil to this. And we're going to chop up an onion. All right, guys. So I'm just using 1 large white vidIQ onion today. I'm going to just go ahead and just chop it up. Okay, got the onions done. Go ahead and drop them right in the pot. Get them cooking down. Want to give them a little cook, get a little color on them, let them get translucent. While we're doing that, we're going to take the chicken that we have here and we're going to go ahead and chop it up. Okay, got the chicken already. Guys, what we're going to do is just going to break the chicken right up. It's going to be a little hot, so just be careful. You can actually use a spatula for that. You can break it up finer, doesn't matter. You can make it as big or as small as you want. I'll show you what we do next. Onions are cooking good. Now notice, guys, I have not put any salt in any of this food because everything in this food already has so much salt in it. The potatoes and the carrots and the peas, they have sea salt in them. I have not put any extra salt in any of this. You can if you want to, but you can always salt to taste. If it doesn't taste like it has enough salt in it, add a little bit more. Now that's done, let's make our roux. I have here 2 cups of flour. Put that right in there. And we're just going to cook the flour, mix it around, and cook the flour in there. Now that's all done. We're going to take a little bit of rosemary again. And we're just going to season it one more time with some rosemary. And I have here some water. I'm going to start out with about 2 cups. And then that really good broth that we had, right on in. And we're going to let this cook. It's going to cook for about 8 to 10 minutes. And this gravy is going to get nice and thick. Once you've got it all mixed through, go ahead and add your vegetables. My vegetables today, I have 1 15-ounce can of peas and carrots. Like I said, I already drained these out and rinsed them off. Get any extra salt off of them. 1 15-ounce can of diced potatoes. And drop that in there. Just mix this all the way through. So you got a little bit of flour stuck there. I want to just keep on mixing that until there's no more flour. While that's coming up to a simmer, and what's going to happen is as that comes to a simmer, that flour is going to start mixing in with that water and it's going to create a nice gravy. I don't want that gravy too thick, but I don't want it too thin either. Write that off. Guys, at this point here, you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Now, guys, you don't have to go through this whole thing of boiling up chickens. You can actually go to a store and buy a pre-cooked chicken and just rip it apart yourself and cut out that whole, the whole part of boiling up some chicken leg or chicken breasts. But doing it yourself, you know what you're putting in it. Go ahead and add this right back to the pot. Now, again, these are 3 large chicken breasts. Alrighty, folks. Okay, the oven has gone up to temperature, so we're going to go ahead and now we're going to prepare to make this into a casserole. So, now I made a lot extra because I love chicken soup, good hearty meal, especially if you've been outside working all day in this cold weather. We're going to fill it up about halfway. This is good. This is something that I enjoy. I mean, at least 3 times a year because it sticks to your ribs kind of food. Mom really likes it too. That's good enough. Like I said, we got plenty left over. And have some chicken soup. Now, I have here some of the PillsBury Grands. These are just the buttermilk biscuits. And there we go. Didn't want to pop for me. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Now, there are 8 of them in here. So we're going to lay them out right across the top. We're going to do 3 wide. And it's okay if you have some left over because you can throw them right in the oven and cook them up. Or you can do what I'm going to do, and we're going to fill in all the little spaces. Just need a knife. We're going to cut these and quarter them. You don't have to brush these with anything. No butter, no milk, no oil, no egg, no nothing. Just like that. We're going to pop them in the oven, 350 degrees for about 25 minutes. Crunchy on top, soft on the bottom. Just like a biscuit should be. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Smash that like button for me. But as always, until next time, God bless. Happy eats. Mom's stealing more. And again, Happy New Year. Love you all.